that's the only thing you know how to insult with is people's gender.
It was a night of chaos indeed. A lot of things went down last night. Hey, when will I start? I've promised I want to make this video very short, as much as possible. Hi guys, it's your girl, Jessie Oyat. So make sure to like this video, share and subscribe. And thank you in advance. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alright, let's start with how everything began, right? According to what Thelma said. They were at the pool party, right? Then the people give them drinks. They were giving Smirnoff and then they were giving me the spirit alcohol, right? So each person was supposed to get maybe 3 shots and then 2 bottles of Smirnoff. I remember Dede talking to Koyin. She was telling Koyin that she was dizzy, right? And Koyin kept telling her sorry, right? If you don't have that clip, it's 2 videos back. Just check 2 videos back. You will see that clip. So she said she got 4 shots and that usually she's supposed to get 2 shots, but this time around she got 4. Then I noticed that Thelma said she gave some people maybe 3 shots. Now when Isabella asked for her own drink, Thelma refused to give it to her. Thelma said she's going to give it to her when she's done serving everybody. So she now stood there with, I believe, Imisi. They said they want to collect their own before they leave. Thelma refused to give it to them. I also think that the Smirnoff, Imisi and Isabella asked for 2 bottles because they counted it on the table. They counted it. They saw that, okay, it was even number for all the members, for all the housemates, right? So they asked her, give us our 2 bottles. But she claimed that she wanted to pour the drinks in a cup for them to drink because she didn't want them to get at the place with the bottles, right? So she said, they said no, that they want their drink like that. So he said eventually they collected the drink from her and then they still used the cup. So she is now wondering what was the fuss all about. When they knew they were still going to pour it in the cup, why did they have to take the bottles from her, right? Now when it came to the shots, when Imisi or maybe it was Isabella was asking her for the shots, so she doesn't want to give it to them. That's Kola. So she was walking. I think she was walking away from Imisi now. So Imisi dragged her bikini, the panties. She dragged it. So Thelma is now saying that there's this string bikini that she would have worn because she just couldn't find it up. That's why she wore the one she had on last night. Then she now claims that if she had worn the one with the string, it would have loosed and Imisi would have exposed her, right? So Nidhi now said that she's supported Imisi so many times when Imisi does anything, but at this time around, even Imisi feels like what she did was wrong and that she told Imisi that what she did was wrong. So that even Sultana, her friend, told her that what she did was wrong, and then she started complaining that, why are you behaving like that? Are you not supposed to be my friend? Now, let's pack that aside, right? We have a pretty neat idea about what happened between those moms, right? I'll come back to it, so let's put that aside. Now, in the beginning of this video, you could see that Thelma was talking to Culture, right? And what she was saying to Culture is that Sultana mentioned to me that she heard you sing to some people that when you were dancing with Isabella, you said she had buggy udo. But after that conversation with Culture, she was telling Culture, don't go and spread it or don't go and say anything to anybody. But immediately, John went straight to Isabella and to Imisi to go and let them know what this person just said to him. He said he was not telling them, he doesn't know anything about what you do. He doesn't know anything about what they said, he doesn't know anything about hermaphrodite, he doesn't know where that is coming from. Because he told them that they were saying Isabella was calling Nide hermaphrodite. So Isabella now said, I didn't mention her name, I didn't mention anybody's name. You understand? So that's what is none of our business. So they left it there. Then Imisi told Isabella that she took some things. I'm not really sure what exactly she said. I tried so hard to listen. I did not get what she said. Maybe if you guys heard, you can let me know in the comments. So Imisi told, then Isabella was like, really? That's a lie. He said, lie. Imisi said, shh, don't tell anybody. She said, keep quiet. Then we see them discussing. That is Thelma, Kola, Bright, BD, and Tracy. All of them together. They were talking. And then Thelma narrated everything again about how Lizzie put her bikini, about how the Mrs. always carrying backpack, putting food inside, about how she went that. This time around she claimed that she gave them their shorts. That she gave them their shorts, she gave them their drinks that they were supposed to get. But when she was talking to Mide, she said that she gave Sultana one shot of Isabella's drink, and that Sultana drank it and didn't give it to Isabella. She said she gave 2 shots of Isabella's drink to Culture. That Culture drank it and didn't give it to Isabella. So in short, what it means is that Isabella never caught any drink during that night, during the pool party. You told her to wait for other people that you would still give it to her. But when you were supposed to give it to her, you didn't give it to her directly, you didn't give it to her in person. You gave it to her friends to go and give it to her. When you already know that they might drink it, I don't give it to her. But according to me, they said, those people that you call your friends, they're supposed to be your friends. They are not the ones that are taking your drink. What kind of friends do you think you have? That's what Mide was saying. Personally, I don't think it makes sense. You are the head of household. You're supposed to do things right. Yes, I know these people have faults in what they did, but you shouldn't have given her drink to somebody else. Personally, I don't like people giving my drinks to anybody. And personally, I don't like people, if I go to a party, I don't want anybody to pour my drink in a cup. I want to pour my drink by myself. Yes, this is Biggie's house, but everybody has their way of wanting to do things, just like Thelma has her way of wanting to do things. And no, I know that yes, they were supposed to follow the HOH and everything, but they say, just give me to water, so everybody gets to water. I don't see what the problem is. But well, it's HOH, that's how she wants to do her reign, no problem, accept it. Then Thelma repeated again what she told Culture about Sultana. She said that these people are calling themselves friends, but meanwhile Sultana has gossiped about them before. She said Sultana told her, that is, Sultana told her now directly that Isabella's filler, the filler in her bumble, is smelling. That the money she used for the filler, that she should have used it to take care of herself. So she is now saying that I don't even know when somebody has filler or when somebody has a surgery that can't. She said she doesn't even know when somebody has a filler or surgery, but she's surprised how Sultana knew that kind of a thing. And she said after Sultana told her that, they later saw that she became friends with Isabella. She said that thing really bothered her. Because since then, she stayed away from Sultana that if you can talk about this, if you can talk about somebody else and become their friend later, it means you can do that to me. You talk about me behind my back and you be forming as if you are my friend. That is a valid talk. That is a valid talk. When somebody gossips about somebody else to you, just know that they are gossiping about you to somebody else. That is just simple logic, simple facts. Then, afterwards, they showed us Imisi and Denari in bed. Denari was advising Imisi, and the advice he was giving Imisi is that, you see, everybody that you see in this house, your helper is not inside this house. We might just be connecting as friends, but the person that will help me is not here. The person that will help me is outside of this house. It could just be one simple DM or one simple phone call that would change our life forever. Imisi was saying that's true. That's true. That's true. And I believe the reason why Denari is saying this to Imisi is because he genuinely believes that Kola has promised Imisi something after this show. That is why Imisi is so loyal to Kola. Which is really funny. Denari has mentioned this to Doris before, so I'm guessing that is why he's saying it to Imisi directly. So, if Imisi is thinking that her helper is at that house, Denari is trying to tell her, it's not gonna happen. Don't even think of it that way. Then Imisi started praying. I call those kind of prayers fire prayers because she is sending biblical curses on somebody that has been making her life miserable, somebody that has been attacking her for no reason, and somebody that does not want her to progress or prosper in life. So she got upset and emotional and she started praying. And those were the things that were coming out of her mouth. Because she did not want me to have peace, you will not have peace. Anything you do in your life, you will not progress, you will not succeed because you do not want me to progress and succeed. That is just a brief explanation of what she was seeing in Yoruba when she was praying. Later, we found out that it was faith that upset her. So it seems, this is just my assumption now, it seems that Imisi found out about what Faith said about her in the morning. When Faith was saying that Imisi was a threat to his success and that he would rather delete Imisi than have her on his team. So Imisi must have heard that. If you hear that as a human being, I don't think you'll be happy to. I think you'll be really mad and upset. I respect her for not getting out to go with Faith in order to cause some kind of confrontation or commotion. And I'm glad she sat down one altar and said her prayers in her room. But Thelma, it seems like she has a problem with that. Because Thelma will say, hey, they are starting praying. No, they are praying inside there. They are casting and biting. I just laughed. And then Thelma also says, see, that one is with Denari. She's talking about listening. That one is with Denari. And the other one too is a newfound lover. So what do we say about this? Is it jealousy or what? I'm happy that Denari was there for Imisi because Kola is no more there for Imisi. Kola is just a weatherman, but that's okay. Then she proceeded to talk about the time when Abata was asked who was the dirtiest person in the house, and Abata said it was him, which is Faith. And there was also a time that Faith had mouth odor, and the people told Kola that Faith had mouth odor, and Kola wanted to go tell him, and she was telling him, no, don't bother telling Faith that I will tell Faith. But, Kola didn't listen. Kola went to tell Faith himself. And Faith went to brush his teeth afterwards. Well, I think he also had his back. I'm not really sure about the details of that part. So, she did mention that. So, doctor's mouth smells. I don't know about the dirty because that guy has OCD. That guy is always kind of. So, I don't know why Albert would have said that. But anyway, maybe his OCD is only in front of the cameras. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. That means that during the pool party, they said that Kola apologized to Thelma and said he's apologizing on behalf of Imisi, and then Thelma was saying that forget to apologize on her behalf. You're always apologizing on her like she a baby. Can't she do it by herself? My question is that why is Kola apologizing on behalf of Imisi to people? You shouldn't apologize to anybody on behalf of it. You see, if Imisi cannot apologize for herself, then why worry yourself and start apologizing about that? The least Kola can do is call Imisi and talk to Imisi and tell her, hey, my friend, I'd not support you on this one. What you did here was wrong. I hope you can correct it and then move on. Kola knows the kind of person Imisi is. He knows that when you step on her toes, she will do her best to give you back, to back. 2 times what you've done to her. That is how Imisi is. And Kola is supposed to move that. But Kola is capitalizing on the fact that, okay, they didn't look at sister brother, relationship. Well, anyway, I can't fault him for that because as a gentleman, this is the best way he knows how to solve issues, right? But now that he's now sitting in their midst and they're gossiping about Imisi and Isabella, it's also questionable that he could sit comfortably there and listen to them talk about Imisi in that place. So after that, the word went round that Imisi has collected all the spoons in the house. Imisi has collected all the spoons in the house and hid them. So Kola went to Imisi and said, wait at the spoons. I need to eat. I need the spoon. And Imisi is telling him, no, I am not releasing those spoons. If you want to eat, go eat with your hand. She even told them, she even quoted the Quran She said in the Quran, it is religious to eat jihad. Go and eat jihad. She said that most what she can do is that she will go to the garden, wash the plastic spoons in the garden for them to eat. But that those other metal spoons, they're not going to use it. That she will release it whenever Big Brother tells her to release it. I said, why are you doing all this? Mrs. said, when she was asking for alcohol, did they give her alcohol? Kola said, but I collected your alcohol for you. You said Isabella's alcohol, they didn't give it to her. Then he started talking to. The funny thing here is that Kola made a statement, and that's excuse me, the statement he made is the same statement that Thelma had been making all night. What was the statement? If my friend put her inside fire, does that mean me to actually put my hand inside fire? So it just shows that Kola can be easily influenced sometimes. So the Kola quoted the same quote for Isabella and Imisi in the bedroom. When he was asking Isabella, Isabella, do you think what Imisi is doing, do you think is right? Is she not your friend? Can't you talk to her? And then then Kola said, then Isabella said, I don't say anything wrong with what she's doing. No. What she's doing is right to me. Then Kola now quoted it to her that if your friend puts her inside fire, you put your hand inside fire. And things like that. Getting well outside. So it dragged Mrs. Blanket like twice. The second time it dragged Imisi, if you do that again, we're going to have a quarrel. Say yes, now let's have a quarrel. But eventually, Imisi didn't use that same blanket again. She used Isabella's blankets. So before I move on, let me just quickly talk about Koyin and Isabella. Koyin and Isabella were in their bed before Kola came in. When Imisi was doing her fire prayers, Koyin and Isabella were together. They were discussing about their misunderstandings. So Isabella kept saying no. Isabella was really, really stern and stubborn. Like, she's not going to allow him and everything. She's really pissed at him and things like that. Koyin was very calm, was very gentle, was talking to her. But eventually, Koyin said, I'm sorry. So it all ended there. They have settled their quarrel. That ship is seriously sailing. There is no quarrel there. So that ship has not sunk. The ship is back alive. Koyin and Isabella are back together and going stronger, guys. Congratulations to them. So now let me move back to Imisi's story. After Kola got frustrated, after talking to Imisi, Kola went to the kitchen where he saw Faith. And that was where Faith started. Faith said, for everyone that is Imisi's friend in this house, you have a mental problem. So your brain is not working correctly. Assessing the person that is saying somebody has a mental problem. The person when people suppose go check, when your family is supposed go check to make sure, say, you don't get coin, they tell me that people sit and get mental problem. Very funny. So, told Kola, he said, see, I've been warning you, I've been telling you about this investigation. Now you can see for yourself. So Kola went outside to the garden. He was so frustrated. He said, oh my God, what is the need of this? All this because just because of alcohol? Just because of alcohol? Who's all this? Blah, blah, blah. So when he was entering back into the house, Faith came to meet him outside. And Faith was telling him, but I'm very sure that those spoons are inside her box. That what we can do now is carry her box and we'll hide it. And Kola was like, no, I would never do that. He said that is going low. Then when did Mr. Faith talk? A whole doctor, this guy. Faith said, if she goes low, you're supposed to go lower. It's funny because he is a man. He is a man saying this. How will his wife cope with him when the love is gone in a marriage, when the love has vanished and they have to stay together and live together as friends? Will he frustrate his wife to divorce? This guy is so mean. Just imagine that thought. Just carry a box and hide it. I laughed at her. I said, yeah? See idea. Look, I said, no, please don't do that. He said, I don't want to do it. Thank you. So in my mind, I'm now like, wow. That is the moment Kola should know that he messed up. Of everything that happened during the night, I know, yes, Imisi had some flaws. She made some mistakes. She made a mistake by pulling on Thelma's panties. And that's the only mistake I think she made. She packing the spoons in the house. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's like, actually, she should have packed all the pots too. She should have packed all the pots too, because imagine, you gave everybody alcohol. You refused to give them alcohol. Kola had to go and beg Thelma to collect Imisi's alcohol. But Isabella did not get, because hers was given to her so-called friends. He never reached her. He no reach her hand. Now Imisi vex so saying, I don't want to give me my friend alcohol, right? Then she could pack on the spoon for house. The painful thing about Kola is this, about the Kola situation. I really like Kola, but I think he made mistakes tonight. And the first mistake he made was gossiping behind Imisi's back with those people. It was so wrong and so bad for somebody that you call your younger sister. If this person was your real younger sister, I'm here you wouldn't have done what you did tonight. That's number one. But number two, Kola went to Imisi's room and started shouting. He did not talk no to mom. He did not say, excuse me, this is what Imisi used to like about him. She said Kola will pull her away to a private place to discuss as she would listen to him. Kola should have pulled her away from there with a low and gentle tone and tell her, why do you have the spoons? Can I have the spoons back? If you call her, she doesn't listen to you. You go away and you come back, because she know that this girl is acting out of emotion at that point. So you go to her now. She didn't release this. So what happened? What happened? What happened now? You that are supposed to be her so-called brother, or her so-called imaginary sheep, or whatever it is you are trying. That you that are supposed to be her, to really care for her, actually your personal chef, you could not even protect her at that point. You were screaming and yelling, where are the spoons? Where are the spoons? Where are the spoons? To the extent that fate wanted to use you against Imisi, the most loyal person to you in that house is Imisi. If tomorrow Bright has to vote you out, Bright to put you out before midday, but Imisi will not vote you out before nobody else. Imisi will choose you over anybody else. I know if he insisted he wanted to see Imisi in the garden, Imisi would have listened to him. So, I think that part was very wrong, but it's all good. Because at least when Fate wanted to use him to do evil, he rejected it and said no, because Kola is a gentleman like that. And another funny thing is that Fate went to meet Mensan and asked Mensan, are you proud of yourself for being friends with this person? I'm not sure if that is how he said it, but that was the interpretation I got from it. And Mensan said yes, that he's okay with Imisi. He's a very kind and nice person. That was what Mensan told him. And Mensan said, you are worrying about my friendship with Imisi. Do you think after we leave this house, me and Imisi will be sitting on the swing somewhere and having a conversation? Fate said no. He said, so what's the problem? Fate said, well, that is the problem. Why are you entertaining it while you're in this house? So I said, why won't I entertain it? That is why we are here. Then Mensan yelled at Kola, Kola, if Imisi tells you to use your hand to eat, then use your hand to eat. It will not kill you. Just use your hand to eat for now. That was what Mensan said to Kola. It was so funny. Then eventually Kola decided he was going to knock on Big Brother's door and talk to Big Brother about it. So he knocked on that door like 3 times. I don't know if people that answered him or not, but that was the situation. Imisi, Kola, Koyin, Isabella, Thelma, Mide was just angry that they called her Mafrodite without mentioning her name. Once they mention her name, she will get angry and then she will fight. But Isabella obviously is not ready to mention nobody's name. So that's the situation of the night. It was a real show. What are your thoughts on this? Who is at fault here? Did he manage the situation well? Could the situation have been managed differently? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching till this point. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.